to the cloud. All right. The meeting is now being recorded. So a lot of great things have happened this past week. A lot of great training. Really excited as we've kicked things off here um, in 2026. Clayton and I are thrilled to have you on, everybody. Before I get rolling into the presentation we're going to talk about today, I want to. I want, why am I muted? Who muted me?
That was an
Um,
accident.
what I wanted to say is we want to introduce two new people to the team so that everybody knows going forward. Mr. Tim Klein and Odalis, his assistant, are joining the team. So Tim is coming on as an additional marketer to be able to help support our activities, have another person to call to help get things done, help you with things. So we'll be sharing Mr. Klein's and Odalis's information out shortly to everybody. So if you can't get a hold of Clayton, can't get a hold of me, you can get a hold of Mr. Tim. So
Happy to
go ahead.
help. Ready to go. Happy to help. Hey, everybody.
Hey there, Tim.
Hey, Tim.
How's everybody doing? Everybody excited and psyched?
Yeah,
Absolutely.
trying to stay warm is what I'm trying
All
to
I
do.
heard was crickets, so I don't know.
We're all here. I know. And we got a lot of people that are hopping
No,
on
I
here.
know. I know. They're unmuted. It's fine. Just muted.
So yes, we have Ken on this morning too. So yeah, we got most of the team on here. So this is great. So as we kick off this morning, everybody just once again, thank you for deeming us worthy of putting your business with us and working with us. We are very, very excited about 2026. So I'm going to go ahead and get into my presentation here this morning to hopefully create some optimism and motivation for what we've got coming our way. All right. This. Okay. You got that, Clayton?
Yep,
All right.
looks good.
Okay. All right. So we're going to talk about a couple of things this morning. We're going to talk about managing your business or managing your mindset. Um, Going in review this year, I really started the year off with fasting and with contemplating and looking at what lies ahead. And I actually spent quite a bit of time um, helping a friend of mine who's running for public office. They wanted me to help build out a whole um, educational opportunity for their constituents. And as I was working to help him, it just really brought out some of the things that I want to focus on in my own business, in my own life, and that's where this stems from. There's a lot of this conversation we're going to have here today. We're going to talk about embracing a mindset of plenty over scarcity. We're going to talk about developing skills and emotional intelligence, and we're going to talk about maximizing pay raises through personal effectiveness. But before we get started into all the fun stuff, I actually want to have some real participation today from everybody here. So what we're going to do, we're going to start to define some things. We're going to talk about leadership qualities in an agent you would want to have working for you. And I want everybody to participate. So Odalis, this is the part where I'm going to need your help. I'm going to need you to go ahead and as you see the qualities that are being displayed in the chat. Let's just go ahead and create a full list, and then I'll let you share the list at the end, if you would please, so that we can all look at that together. So what I'm going to ask everybody to do is to type into the chat a quality that you would want for a personal producer who is working for you. If you wanted to hire an agent, or if you were going to have the agent working for you to help you achieve your goals for this year, what would those leadership qualities look like? Okay. Let's start to see what we got going on here. Integrity, excellent. Integrity, um, promptness, honesty, integrity, ambition, excellent. Humility, teachable, love it, love it. drive, front end interpersonal skills. All right, Steve. Honesty and knowledge, confidence, persistence. Excellent. Excellent. Tenacity, diligence, character. That could be very broad, but I'll take that as good character. Um, you know, do what they say and say what they're going to do. Keep their word. Absolutely. Self-motivated. Excellent. Excellent. Coachable. Very much so. Good at communication. Good at follow through. Hunger. Right. I imagine you're thinking hungry for the opportunity. Motivated. Being able to emulate teaching. Positive and patient. Y'all have done an excellent job listing out these. We're going to cut it off there so that Odalis can get the list together. Does the right thing when no one is looking, and that's absolutely correct. So let's get that list put together. Let me know when you've got that, Odalis, please.
Peter, essentially, when I'm working with somebody new, I want to know if they're qualified, coachable, and committed. As long as they, check all the boxes being QCC, I think it's a good fit.
Well, I agree with you on that. And what I want to do is we're going to look at this list here in just a second. Be a KC Chiefs fan. Okay, I love it there. All right.
What does that have to do with this? Eagles are better.
Well, we were talking about leadership qualities that he wants to hire, right? So that's his choice, right? They have to be a Kansas City Chiefs fan, right? All right. So we've got a list here. Let's go through this list. All right.
Would you like me to share my screen so we can see them, or?
Yeah, actually, I would if you could do that. That would be excellent.
Absolutely.
Let me just do one more thing here. So let's break this list down. Okay. She's going to share the list in just a second. We want to break it down into skills and to attitude. So go ahead and share the list, please.
Absolutely. Let me.
Oh, I'll stop my share. Go ahead.
You guys should be able to see it now.
Okay. So let's talk through this. Is promptness a skill or an attitude? Or I guess we start at the top. Integrity. Is that a skill or is that an attitude?
Attitude.
Attitude, yeah.
All right. Attitude. Honesty. Is that a skill or is that an attitude?
It's attitude as well. I don't know.
Character. Somebody who has character. Is that an attitude, a perspective of the mind, or is that a skill set?
Oh,
Attitude.
Attitude.
Yeah.
All those are attitudes, actually.
Caring. Somebody caring. Now, we could say in some industries, caring by nature could be a skill set. But as far as insurance, somebody caring, that's an attitude. Would you agree?
Yeah.
All right. Confidence. Is that a skill set or is that an attitude, a mindset?
I think it's attitude.
All those attitudes, by the way. Every last one.
That's what we're looking at here.
Yeah.
So could you scroll down real quick, just a little bit to the bottom there? There we go. All right. So good communication. That's probably the only one I saw that could actually be defined as a skill set. Can anybody agree with that?
Yeah, I agree.
All right. You can go ahead and stop the share.
Follow through is also a skill set.
Yep, it can. So two. So how many in the total list there, Odalis?
I'm looking. 1 second. A total of 28.
So we have 28 items that all of you pitched in and said are vital leadership qualities for somebody that you would want as an agent working for you. 2 involves skill. Everything else involves attitude and a mindset. So let me ask you, with that knowledge in place, do you think we should spend a little time addressing attitude and how we look at business?
Yeah.
In that list that we went through, which we'll show again here in a minute,
Definitely.
think about all the different items that were listed there. Are there any areas on that list that we went through that maybe you need to work on, that I need to work on? Absolutely for me. But I can tell you that
Yes.
attitude drives actions, and actions drive results, and results drive the lifestyle that you want to have.
I like that.
Okay. This is critical. So many people have an attitude of, I can't. So many have an attitude, well, I'll try. Listen, trying is an excuse. And I'm speaking about myself here, okay? I can say, well, I'm trying to do that, but I'm really not doing it. I'm not doing whatever it takes to accomplish it. It's a cop-out. We want to become doers, doing whatever it takes to accomplish our goals. And that's the mindset that I'm hoping everybody can begin to realize is vital towards having success, to having plenty, to having a prosperous 2026, is you checking the box. I'm going to do whatever it takes in 2026 to hit my goals. I'm not going to try. I'm going to do it. And that means you have to put a good foundation in place, have the right positive mindset. You have to be teachable and coachable and open to doing things different than you've done for the last decade, right? We need to be open to changes. Now, remember I said that I was working on a project for a friend of mine who's going to run for public office. And so I spent a lot of times reading through the Stoics and philosophers talking about good government and so forth. And it got me going. And as I was reading some of the other quotes and some of the other things they were saying, I was like, oh my goodness, no, this is applicable for us. We want to have a mind that's enabled, right? I want to enable my mind to adapt itself to whatever comes to pass. When we really look at these ideas that have stuck around for a very long time, we're talking about people like Marcus Aurelius, my great uncle, right? Zeno of Citrum, Cato, Aristotle, these men, these brilliant men, minds, understood that we need to focus on the things that you can control, your thoughts, your actions, your responses, and accept the things that aren't in your control. And that's how you're going to find peace, clarity, defining your purpose, achieving your goals. It's because we're going to change how we respond. We need to really, truly, and I'm speaking to myself as much as anybody on this call, stop reacting. Stop reacting. When the client says something, stop reacting to what they've said. Respond. Give yourself 30 seconds to respond in a thoughtful, considerate way about the things you can change. Can you change how much the client has to spend on a solution? We cannot. Can we change the solution to be a better fit for the client? We can do that. We can re-illustrate, we can turn the angles around and present a better solution that is showing we're actively listening to, not just reacting to their comments. Does that make sense? Listen, we've got to understand that life and sales are like a hill. We all have to go down this hill. Some of us are going to go down the hill in the shape of a triangle. Some of us are going to go down the hill in the shape of a ball. I'm not going to say who's who, but I'm just saying some of us will get stuck in the dirt on the way down and make a mess out of all kinds of things. And we want to know why it's so hard for us to make a go in our year. Why are we not prosperous? Why are we struggling with this? Because our focus is on just reacting instead of taking a moment to respond. So how we respond to our surroundings, to the things going on in our lives, to the sales opportunities we have, will affect the resistance, if you will, the headwinds that discourage you and I on a daily basis in one of the most incredible occupations in this country. We truly are blessed to have this opportunity to sell all the things we have, the privilege, the freedom to make all the different opportunities available to our clients. We're here to present solutions to our clients, right? They're going down that same slope of life. Some of them are triangles, some of them are absolutely boxes, right? That's all that they know. But when we take time to respond, we can reduce the resistance, increase the affluence, and it's through offering solutions. Our solutions provide one of the most beneficial triggers in the brain. It's called hope. Everybody hear me? Hope is contagious, folks. It leads to joy. It leads to dopamine. It leads to all the positive effects in the brain. When you call a client to do an annual review, they either get dopamine by talking with you and working with you, or they get the fight and flight, right? Which is it? When you do your client reviews, when you're working with your clients, are they excited to work with you? Are they excited because you solve their problems? Are you taking time to realize that you are a problem solver? We need to be thoughtful in our approach. And listen, some people would say, the power of positive thinking. Positive thinking cannot do anything by itself, but it can do everything better than negative thinking. People often say that motivation doesn't last. Well, that is true, but neither does bathing. That's why it's recommended to do it daily, right? We need to be positive every single day. Every single day, we need to take time to reflect, to consolidate. Give yourself time to think. You are a professional. Come up with professional solutions. Think outside the box. Be the very best that you can be, because there's a lot there under the surface. And it's time. It's time for me. It's time for you in 2026 to not allow your past to define you, your practice, your business, where you've been, what you've done. Honestly, with all love, I don't care. I don't care. I want you in 2026 to embrace the outlook of prosperity, to embrace the outlook that it can be done. And you're going to do it this year. You're going to hit your goals. So as we go forward, we don't want to just be in business, because so many agents, literally, they're in business, they run their business, but they don't manage their business. They allow things to happen and they just react. We're going to stop reacting. We're going to stop being dreamers in 2026, and we're going to become professionals. The difference between an amateur and professional, you've heard me say this before, the professionals keep notes. The professionals can have metrics to measure their success. The professionals create goals. And I'm not talking about unrealistic goals. I'm not talking about all of us going to the moon this year, right? I'm talking about us achieving goals that are attainable for you. Have you written a start date? Well, today is a good day to start. How about a finish date? What are you going to measure your success by? Now, Clayton and I have already set some goals. I've already shared with him our goals for this company this year, where we're going, what we're doing. He's going to hold me accountable, because that's the other piece of this equation. A dream, there's no accountability. There's nobody there to encourage you. Nobody there to say, hey, you're falling behind. Nobody there to say, you got to get back on track. What's the holdup? What's keeping you from success? You need to develop a roadmap and a plan to achieve that goal. How long is it going to take? Month 1, what's the budget? How are you going to get there? Month 2, what are you doing different than you did in month 1? Month 3, month 4, month 5, all the way out to the end of the year when your time horizon is. What is it going to take? It's not trying. We're going to do. we're going to do whatever it takes to achieve our goals in 2026 because they're achievable. That's the most important part. When a baby learns to walk, and I've got 6 kids, I've seen this a lot. They don't start out running, believe it or not, right? They all start out with baby steps. That is the key to success. Small, manageable, achievable goals on a daily basis. To create a new habit takes months. Create goals that you can reflect on and see your success in small measures every single day. That is how you're going to do that to have success, but it's also going to require hard work and determination. And for those who do set a goal, we are here to help you. We're here to be available to you, to engage as mentors or peers if that's what you want us to do, to help you, to check in monthly, to see what can Solaris do to help you achieve your goals. Do we need to help weed through all of the things going on and keep you on track? We'll do it. Do you need us to come up with a marketing position or a process, sales process to help you get on track so that you're consistently producing? We'll help you. We have lots of opportunities. That's not our problem. Our problem is we have lots of opportunities, folks. There are not many organizations that have the plethora of programs that we've developed that all work. Pick one. Please don't pick all 12. Pick one and do it over and over and over again until you are a master of your craft, until every time you send marketing out or you sit down with a client, you know with confidence the results, the numbers that you're going to achieve, because that's how you're going to measure what you need to do to accomplish your goals. I want to encourage everybody to record your progress and or your failures. This is where you have that moment to reflect, to see, am I achieving my goals? Am I on track? What do I need to change? You must be open to change and fixing your attitude or the process that you're following. Listen, here's my journal. I've got a journal at my desk every single day. I'm journaling what's working, what's not working. What are we doing? What successes? What setbacks? What's happening? Why? Because 6 months from now, when I have that really hard day that's going to come, and they will come, I can go back and I can look and I can see how much has been achieved, how far along in the goal that I am for this point in 2026. And I know that's the moment I'm going to need that encouragement to see that I can do. I didn't try, I did. And so I'm encouraging every single one of you to actively journal your success in 2026. Moving forward, embracing that mindset of plenty over scarcity. Listen, we talked about all those different character qualities, right? 27 character qualities. 2 skill sets. Everybody has the skill sets we talked about. It's the character qualities, the mindset. When you walk out the door to start selling to people, if you have a mindset of scarcity, it's going to lead to fear. It's going to lead to competition or hoarding behavior. And this is where I see a lot of other organizations, not going to point fingers, but I see this. They create this competitive situation. There's only so many final expense policies, and then you got to go back through and replace your competitors' policies in order for you to get ahead and to achieve status in the organization. That's not us. That's not where we're going. We are surrounded by one of the greatest opportunities that I've seen in a decade. I am very serious about this. The abundance is beyond belief. Why? Because everybody else is navel gazing and saying there's only so much opportunity, and we're not. We want to have an abundance that fosters a belief of opportunity. Encourage collaboration between you, the agents, and us, between agents working together on projects. Agents like Ken, I'm just going to bring Ken up. Ken giving his time to help agents have success, working with agents, splitting cases to bring that in. If Ken had a mindset of fear that you would figure out how to be his competition, do you think he would do that? Ken sharing the secret sauce because Ken's mindset is one of plenty, abundance. Am I right, Ken?
Yes, sir. That's my 2026. Don't talk, do.
There it is. So, with this psychology of abundance, it impacts who you are on a daily basis, and it is linked to higher resilience, better well being, and openness to new opportunities, which is exactly where we are today. There's so much opportunity. And let me tell you that I had to really contemplate about how I could present this to everybody. Again, I'm going to tell you something from my past. How many of you were in the business, just out of curiosity, how many of you were in business during the last Great Recession in 2008, 2009? Anybody in the business, 2007? Okay.
Yes.
Yep.
You made it through, didn't you? Did you make it through? Are you still in business?
Oh,
Yes.
made it through.
Came out stronger.
There it is. There it is. The gentleman on the left-hand side of the screen, I worked when I first got into insurance. My dad was still convincing me to come work with him. I was actually working at a homeless shelter as a farm manager. So I actually counseled with individuals to get their lives back in order and back on the right road. You see that group of gentlemen there? How many of them would you think worked for a bank? How many of them were CPAs? How many of them ran multi-million-dollar corporations? I could tell you the story of each and every one of these gentlemen. I'm not going to for their own privacy, but I'll tell you, not a single one was an insurance salesman or saleswoman. Not a single one was a salesperson in general. They were all professionals who gave up, whose mindset was, I got fired, and they gave up. And their lives were very rapidly destroyed. Homes split, people's lives turned upside down because they didn't have hope anymore. They gave up. They gave in. And then they were in a homeless shelter. Now, I will say that I had the privilege of helping a lot of these gentlemen here get new jobs, start new lives, move them out of the state of Florida, start all over. But it started with hope. It started with building pride in their work. It started by coming back and saying, I believe there's great opportunities. I just have to be open to doing something different. Now, we got another picture on the right-hand side of the screen. Some of you are in that picture. That's a table of hope and abundance right there, my friends. That is a table of abundance. Going to our business owner program, being a part of what we're doing, that's a table of abundance. Everybody there is smiling, happy, having a good time, excited about the opportunities. They're motivated. They're out talking to business owners. They're out engaging opportunities. What a difference between these two stories. And I've been involved with both. But I can tell you the people whose mindsets are bent on success and are going to do what it takes are the ones that see the difference in their incomes, the ones that see difference in their peace and affluence in their lives. So we need to be able to embrace challenges. It doesn't matter what comes. Even if another recession comes, it's still an opportunity because everybody else is going to give up and you're not. And so we need to be able to embrace that when hard things come, it's okay. It just means we got to solve the new equation. It's going to require leadership on your part, the ability and perspective that we're working on this together. You're not by yourself. We're one of the few groups. We're different. We're here to help you. We really are. I make money when you make money. Why wouldn't I spend my team and time helping you? Let us do something different than all the other organizations do. If nothing, that's what Ken has preached to me for months. Improve satisfaction with relationships. Listen, those who have their personal perspectives set in good order, they do see much higher income. And I have the stories and I can, show that. So I'm going to ask everybody on this call today, everybody, to list out your top 10 reasons why you love your job. Now, some of you heard me on Wednesday, and I appreciate you showing up again.
Why you love your job.
Yep. The top 10 reasons you love your job. I want everybody to write those
I already
down.
have my list. I
Good deal.
text it over
Good
to you.
deal. Now, every morning, I want you to read those out loud to yourself. And if possible, in the car mirror or in the mirror at home before you go to work, you need to remember why you're doing what you're doing. The value of what you're doing. What is it that gets you motivated? Is it I have the opportunity to provide for my kids and my wife can stay at home and teach our kids? That's one of the reasons I'm happy for the job that I have. Not every job provides that. Create those new habits. It takes 3 months to start. So start doing it now. Listen, I'm going to encourage every single one of you to listen to a positive, motivated speaker. I don't care which one. I don't care if it's a pastor, if it's just, Zig Ziglar, Tony Evans. I don't care. Find somebody that motivates you and listen to them. It could be at the end of the day, it could be the beginning of the day. I don't care, but you need to listen to excited people to keep the momentum up in your practice. If you don't, what comes in is what goes out. If you're constantly being drained and your cup's not being filled, I will tell you it will go empty. So you need to be encouraged every day as a salesperson that you can do it. You need to take time to spend. You need to make time to spend with your family, because that's the whole reason all of us are on here doing this. We have the liberty to carve out that time. And when you're doing it, don't answer the phone. Okay? Spend time with your family. That is the whole reason we're on here making money. Am I right? Anybody on here for a different reason other than take care of your family? There are other things that I'd love to do, but they don't take care of my family like what I'm doing right now. And that's why I'm doing what I'm doing. Listen, take time to pray. Having that moment of peace and clarity will affect your well-being, because we're not just talking about, listen, everybody knows what I'm talking about. You go out and you meet with clients. Tell me it's not physically, mentally, and spiritually draining to meet with people. Some people, especially more so than others, right? There are some people that absolutely test my sainthood. Absolutely. Okay. If I could reach through the computer and slap them, I'm very tempted to. Okay. We have to take time to pray, right? Make time, make opportunities to think. If you don't get anything else out of this, we have to stop reacting. We need to start responding. So give yourself 2 windows in the course of the week for 30 minutes where you just go on a walk, go to the park, just leave your phone, go declutter, defragment your brain. Give yourself time to process everything and what you need to do to achieve your goals. If you will do this, you will see a drastic change in your personality, how you're responding to things, because you're giving yourself more time. Your brain will appreciate it. Your body will be less stressed. And that means you're going to have a better solution. Give yourself time to respond with thoughtfulness. Be anxious for nothing, but in all things, give thanks. Even in the hardships that come. Because I'm telling you, one of my favorite verses in all of Scripture is, and it came to pass. It didn't come to stay. It doesn't come to linger. All things come to pass. As we're moving down that hill in life, these moments last an eternity of 8 seconds, and then it's gone. So whatever you're stumbling on, whatever's tripping you up, understand it is not greater than the goal. It is not greater than the opportunity. It's not even going to be the identifying moment of your life. So you can deal with it and you can move on. Have a mindset that's keen on growth, personal growth, enhanced your learning. Let me tell you, Clayton has been doing a lot of learning. Ken has been doing a lot of learning. Tim has been doing a lot of learning, getting caught up with products, getting caught up with concepts, getting caught up with ideas, tax ideas. I mean, we are constantly learning. That's why these men are in the positions they're in leadership and in the opportunities that they have, because they become masters in their craft, because they're not closed-minded to learning about new opportunities or new ways of doing business. And I see the success that follows them in that. And I encourage everybody to embrace that. Be open to learning. If you're not spending 20 minutes a day expanding your horizons, expanding your ability to work, whether it's different sectors of the business or understanding the consequences beyond the scope of what we're selling. What are the tax ramifications for some of the plans that we do? So that when you meet with clients, we have a more and more informed client base. How are we able to guide them unless we take time ourselves to understand what's going on? Collaboration, right? Having the ability to work within our organization or your organization. Take time to work. If you have team members, work with them. Help them foster the same ability within the scope of what you've got going on here, right? Mindfulness, reframing scarcity thoughts, removing those away and focusing in on abundance, right? That's really where we want to go. Moving on. Listen, if you're not adding in the 2026, embracing certain aspects of technology, you need to. Okay. Listen, there's so much that's happened at technology. Everybody sees it. If you're not automatically adding it in, you need to this year. It needs to be a part of your goal. Learn how AI works. Learn how to take advantage of those systems to benefit you, to save you time, to amplify your position. Because those who don't will lose this, your competitive advantage. Because if you don't have a competitive advantage, you better not compete. Because everybody on this call, all the people I'm going to be working with, we're going to be sharpening your competitive advantage. That's how we're going to stay ahead. So whether that's product, price, place, or promotion that's going on, that's where we're going to find our angle. Now, some people say, well, this seems rather basic. Yes. What is your competitive advantage? When I ask agents, what is your competitive advantage on this? Most of you don't have an answer. How are you doing it different than Tim Klein's doing it? How are you doing it different than Gerald Rice or Jorge Orantes or Michael Martin? How are you doing it differently? Why does that matter? Because everybody can get on the internet now via a phone and find somebody who's doing it differently. And they're going to be looking for those competitive advantages. Is it cost saving? Not always. Sometimes it's because of superior service. Sometimes it will be superior product. But we need to engage in a lifelong view of learning, not just stopping with college or grade school learning. We need to have a lifelong learning pursuit. More than half of the employees out there in 2025 had to reskill. They had to redo their skill sets because of all the changes that have happened because of technology and the industries out there. And so if we want to stay competitive in the insurance market space and in sales in general, we always need to be retooling and looking at where the trends are so we can stay up on the competitive advantage. Listen, there's a lot coming in 2026. There's a lot of changes that are on the horizon, but we can maximize our income. We can maximize 2026 as a year of abundance if you will follow through the information we're talking about here. Really, truly. Because every single one of you, let me just ask, anybody seen the Landman show, right? Anybody seen that?
Yes.
Every single one of you is like that wide open field. You can see the field. It's beautiful. It's wide open expanses. But if you've ever been to oil country in Texas, or if you've seen the oil country in North Dakota or some of the other places, they're not quite that picturesque. Okay. A lot of times it's like, who would actually live here? Right? It's ridiculous how bad it looks. But underneath is such a wealth, so much wealth, it's fathomable. And I want to say the same is true for every single one of you. Some of you are prettier than others. So if that's your competitive advantage, hey, work it, right? But for most of you, it's the skills that you have, that you've developed over the years. And I'm going to tell you, now's the time to let it out. This year is the year to do that. I don't care what IMOs in the past, agencies, organizations you've worked with that stifled your belief in your abilities or your skill sets, but it's time to move on. It's time to embrace the knowledge you have, the experience you have, and go for it. You have to create a goal, a purpose, a plan. But all of you are like those oil fields. You have a wealth that is unfathomable underneath you, inside you. It's time to engage it. And that's why the mindset is so critical. Now, I've done some rock climbing. I can tell you, if you don't have somebody you trust on the line with you, don't attempt it. Okay. That's why I don't do it quite as much anymore, because I don't have a lot of people that I trust hold the rope. I'll just put it that way. But we're up there with you. That's the beautiful thing about our team. Our team is out there selling too, not in competition, but we're out there selling. We know what's working. We're right there on the cliff face with you. And you want to have people that surround you that have a can-do attitude, right? Not a can't do. We don't want to have people that are going to pull you down, people that are going to trip you up, or people that are not looking out for your best interest at heart. I'm going to tell you, that's the key to success, is surrounding yourself with other people who are successful and looking at what's going on in their heart, their mindset, and understanding these are the people I want to do business with. Okay? So I'm encouraging you. I'm asking you, don't be afraid to go out on the rock face. Don't be afraid to climb to new heights. Don't be afraid to engage your skills and your talents and make this a year that you will look back on and smile. Listen, your pay raise is effective when you are. I heard that for years, for years. If you help enough other people get what they want, you'll find your abundance. That was lived day in and day out, and it's still lived in day in and day out by my father. He taught me that, and I got to ride along. One of the greatest privileges of my life is to have a father who taught me all the things that I know. And having a mentor, having somebody that you can engage with that reminds you that we're out there to help people. We're out there to provide solutions. And by helping people find hope, helping people find solutions, we are going to get paid for that. We're going to get paid for every solution that we bring. How does that sound? So we need to have a mindset of abundance. There's a whole lot more on the table than what you've been working with. There's so much opportunity that's above and beyond what most of you have even fathomed, right? The unique experience, look, we need to create that unique experience. That's the competitive advantage I'm hoping every single one of you develops this year. You do something different, right? You specialize your knowledge. Makes you more valuable, makes you harder to replace, whether you're the agent on the book of business or you're the new financial representative who's walked in the door to meet with the business owner. Make yourself indispensable. They can't get rid of you because nobody else has the knowledge that you have. I could brag on Ken, I could brag on Clayton, I could brag on different people on this call because I've seen your knowledge and what you know. And that makes you indispensable. And that's why you're having great success. Become reliable at problem solving. Listen, call us up if you need help. But solving people's problems shows that you are dependable, that you're proactive, that you're going to bring in other knowledgeable experts to fix a problem. You're not by yourself. You have a team here. We will help you. We will find the solution. Create as much cross-functional skill sets. Listen, if you're not selling, if you're just selling annuities, I'm going to tell you, you might make a lot of money at that, just selling annuities, but there's a whole world out there of other things that you can be selling that will bring in just as much money if we just spend a little time showing you how to do it. We want to build strong workplace relationships with cross-industry professions, right? Some of you are already embracing this. Some of you are working with P&C agencies. Some of you are working with CPAs. Listen, You go from being an insurance salesman or an insurance saleswoman to a financial professional when you can cross over the lines. When you can cross over and you have the ability, yeah, I've got a PNC agency that works with me. Let me work with them, and we'll go ahead and take care of your auto insurance, and I'll just go ahead and make that referral. I've got a person to take care of it. Oh, you need funding? Yeah, I got a guy that can help with lending on private lending. Hey, I've got somebody that does estate planning. We can take care of that for you. Listen, they're not going to see you in the same light because you're not just an insurance salesperson anymore. You are a financial professional. And that's the skill set that is going to set us apart than most other organizations. We're going to encourage that. We want to stay within the rules, but as much as we can, we want to embrace bringing in other parallel verticals or opportunities to create more abundance for us. So with a foundation of gratitude, that's what's going to allow us to move forward in 2026. Having that foundation. Listen, we're all so grateful that you're here with us, even on this call right now. I am very, very grateful you're all here. But I'm going to tell you, this year is going to be like none other, especially for those of you who embrace what I'm sharing here today. For those of you who want to have that positive mindset, that are going to list out your goals and you're going to walk through a process of efficiency and your plan, we're going to help you get there, and you're going to have the best year that you've ever had here in 2026. And I believe that 110%. Why? Because as we talked off about starting off here, 27, right? Out of 29, all attitude. So if you have the right attitude that you want this, that you're willing to work and you're willing to do it, it is achievable. It is very achievable. It's going to take hard work, but it's not beyond your reach. We always want to focus in on benefits of positive emotions. Listen, a lot of people, the people who are, and for those of you who actually know me really well, you'll know this is one of the hardest things that I struggle with because I was born a pessimist. I lived as a a realist. So being optimistic is very hard for me, very, very hard for me. I've had a lot of challenges that I've had to overcome. But I will tell you this, the people who have the positive mindset, they make more money than most of you. If we talk about the top producers in the industry, why are they the top producers? Is it that they have better skill sets than you? Is that they're smarter than you? You know what the answer is 9 times out of 10? They have a better attitude. Hope is contagious. Joy is contagious. Excitement is contagious. I can fix your problem. Let me show you how. That gets people excited. That gets people really excited. So you want to be a top producer. You want to hit that goal that you have of $500,000 this year in 2026. It's achievable. Start with the right attitude. Create a plan of action to get there. And we're going to follow up with the hard work. But hitting your goals, one of the beautiful things is it leads to new goals. And that's how you build success between here and when you retire, is by starting the hard part, creating healthy habits to make you a successful top producer. And it starts, once again, with the mind and the heart to say, I'm going to do this. I want to do this. And then laying out the plan to achieve your success. So thank you everybody for hearing me out. I hope you're encouraged. I hope you're excited as I am for this year and for all the opportunities that we have. There's so much on programs that I could go over, but I felt like this was the most important thing I could share with you today, is that this is your moment. This is your moment. Nobody on here is judging you, where you came from, what you did. Show us what you can do. Show us what you want to do, and we will help you do that. That's really where this organization is going. We're investing in every single one of you on whatever level you need us to invest. Emotionally, mentally, spiritually, physically, we got to show up. We'll be there. But I'm telling you right now, this is the year of abundance. I don't care what else happens in the economy, because we're going to solve this. We're going to make this that year and I'm so excited for it. So with that, I'll open it up. Clayton, do you want to say anything?
Peter, that was excellent. And, a mentor of mine who taught me a lot in my personal and professional life always taught me gratitude is attitude. And so, living a life of gratitude will certainly pay dividends. And, I apply that not only in my professional life, but also my personal life. And it's worked well. So thanks for the topic today, Peter. This has been great stuff.
Yeah, I just want to add
Appreciate
also, Peter, echoing Clayton, it was really amazing. And I hope everybody on this meeting understands the potential and the opportunity for an unbelievable 2026. All the groundwork has been laid. We still have more to build onto as time goes on, but the initial groundwork is there. The products that we offer as an agency, the people that we have behind it, behind all the products there for you, and just the years and decades of experience, we're poised to really make this amazing. And I hope everybody feels the same way. Really, it's time to, like I put in the message here, it's time to rock and roll now. Okay. We need to really put forth the attitude and the effort and make this all happen. And everybody can do it, and it will happen. Thanks again, Peter.
Absolutely. Ken, you wanted to say something?
Yeah, I have a new mindset this year, and Peter will tell you, and Clayton, I mentor 8 of you every day. I talk to you every day. But I have a new rule. If you're not doing 3 appointments a week and getting 3 appointments a week, I'm not spending no time with you. Sounds really harsh. Right now, I am having the single best year I've ever had. Me and Tess yesterday picked up $800,000 in annuities because we did some trust. I was at the gunsmith today and picked up a trust. My calendar is so full, I have to find a way for my agents to squeeze in. And do you know why? Because this year, I said to Peter, and I talked to Clayton too, every day I call Peter up and I tell him what I do. After every appointment, I tell him what I do. And I've been doing this for 29 years. So, guys, this year, all the stuff is great. Everything we talked about, attitude is great, but actually just do it and just talk to people. And I promise you it'll work. If Peter can't close it, or if Clayton can't close it, or if I can't close it, we have people that can close it. Just get people in front of people. The best way to learn is to watch somebody do it. And that's all I have to say for today. I got to go because I got my biggest appointment ever in 1 hour.
Safe travels, brother. No, I can echo that. If you don't do anything else this year, make it a goal to do the hardest thing that none of us really want to do. Cold call for an hour a day. Spend an hour a day cold calling business owners, clients, prospects, going back through your book of business. Spend 1 hour a day calling. Start with 25 minutes if that's all you can tolerate. But make it your goal to do the hard things, because when you do the hard things that nobody else wants to do, that's where you find the abundance and the money, because nobody else was willing to do what it takes to get there, right? We want to be mindful of that. Success is found by doing not what everybody else is doing. And everybody else, they're not paying attention to mindset. This has gone away. Everybody's so scared with scarcity and limited access to opportunity, and we see the results. What we want to see is an abundance. I want every single one of you, if possible, like I said, if you don't have somebody to be that mentor or to check, reach out to us. But if you do, stay on track. And if you need help, reach out to us, because we're here to come up with creative solutions too, right? Through the the counsel of many, there's much wisdom, right? So let's use that, right? We've got years and years of experience. Let's play that to your advantage. So with that, I will open up to any other questions. comments, concerns for anybody? And otherwise, if you have to go and dip out, thank you very much again for attending.
Great meeting. Great meeting. Great meeting. Very motivational. And I'll send you my goals. They're already written down, but I'll send you a copy of it where I'm at right now. I'm thinking quarterly, monthly to quarterly. There's 4 quarters, and for March 31st is like it's the first benchmark. So we'll talk.
Absolutely. Well, appreciate that. Yeah, no, this is very powerful. Thank you for sharing that, Gerald, and we do look forward to working with you this year with all the things that you've got going. So I'm very excited. Anybody else want to have a question or anything you want to add?
I'd like to add something, Peter, if I could.
Go ahead.
Peter's talking about getting in front of people. All right, talking people. Live your business to the point where, even if you're not on the phone calling a list or you're calling some prospects, live your business, live your what you're doing, your vocation. I mean, when you're out and about and you're talking to people, I have already written policies and gotten leads and relationships just from going to, a shopping center, a grocery store, a gas station, and giving a card. Hey, what do you do? What are you doing with this? What are you doing for that? Hey, I'm doing this. If I can answer any questions for you, give me a call. And I've gotten calls. And I have one other thing I wanted to say. When you're calling people, and Peter mentioned about cold calling, what is the worst thing that can happen? If you think about it, the worst thing, if you're talking to a prospect, the worst thing, if you think about it, is that they'll say no.
No.
So what if they say no? So what? You can still watch the Chiefs like Glenn does. If somebody says no to you, Glenn, you still watch the Chiefs that night. All right. You can still go out and you can still get dinner that night. You can still pet your dog that night. So what if they say no? So what? Go through 20 no's, you get a yes, and it's all good. It's like prospecting, like in the old California gold rush. You had these guys, pictures of prospectors, and they're kneeling behind this brook or this river, and they're putting their pans in, and they're getting nothing and nothing and nothing and nothing. But then the gold chip comes up, then it pays for everything. It does everything, makes it all worthwhile. So don't be afraid of no. That's all I want to say. I get a lot of no's. I'm good. Doesn't bother me. So that's all I want to add.
Thanks, Tim. Anybody else? Now, Tony, I'm going to pick on you because, this is your first introduction to our team and all that. So any opinions, sir?
Peter, enjoyed the mindset, the perspective, the approach, and the team, the contribution. This is a great place to land.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. So I will follow up. A couple of you asked me to give you some calls, so I will follow up with those who requested that here. Y'all have a great weekend. Thank you very much. Look forward to everybody connecting. Next Monday, we're out of office because what is it? Martin Luther King Day.
Dr. King Day.
Yeah. So the offices will be closed because nothing will get done on Monday. So everybody, enjoy that day off if you can. Spend some time with your family. Really, truly, take some time. We don't do that enough. A lot of us, I know in the years past, I never took any of the holidays off. Listen, my mindset's changed. Enjoy your family. You know what? The odds are you're going to spend a whole lot more time dead than you're ever going to spend alive. So while you're alive, enjoy your family, right?
Amen.
I'm serious. We don't know when the end comes, right? But we might spend 1,000 years dead. So might as well, while we're alive, enjoy the families and the opportunities we have, right? The blessings to you all. Thank you very much.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Thanks, Peter.
Thanks, everybody.